Mumbai, the biggest city in India, endlessly rich in culture and in contradictions. It's home to one of the oldest and grandest hotels in the world, the Taj Mahal Palace.
I love excess. They always say if you've got to ask the price of something, then you're not rich enough to stay here.
It has over 500 rooms and 1,500 staff.
I never feel that I'm 61. I feel that I'm 16. Taj has built me very strongly.
It's famed for being meticulous, where no detail is too small or demand too great.
Anything that's possible. Why can't I get you a pink elephant? I'll try.
With an army of staff striving for flawless service.
This is India. I mean, we frankly don't say no to anything.
It's where the super rich of today come to live like the Maharajas of India's past.
Sometimes I close my eyes and I pretend that all of India is like this.
The hotel's deputy manager, Parveen, is responsible for much of its day-to-day running.
Okay, so what we need to do is we're just going to go through today all the functions for the next 8 days. Okay, so start.
The sheet has got...
Let's stop at only the important ones.
He's looked after hotels all over the world, but nowhere on the scale of the Taj.
Residential wedding.
Wedding, yeah.
There are about...
How many rooms are there total?
Approximately 80 at this particular point of time.
It's not just a hotel, it's an institution. You know, a lot of different kinds of firsts happen here. The first hotel to have electricity, you know, the first hotel to have elevators, you know, the first ballroom in the country. Thank you.
Despite having an entire hotel to look after, nothing is too small to escape Parveen's attention.
It's extremely important to get to the minutest detail. You know, the ironing of the tablecloths to the way the flower arrangements are and, you know, checking of each and every glass. I mean, these are like some of the most important things. This needs to be done. So you have developed a bit of a tarnish to get that done. The kind of people whom we get here, they are the top creme de la creme of the society. See the watermarks. Every small detail has been kept in mind to give people a feeling of luxury and exclusivity. See that handle? That's come off, so get that sorted out. These tablecloths, we again need a bit of an ironing.
Certainly, sir.
And those flowers again need to be changed.
Praveen, can you help checking things when you walk around?
Well, I do that all the time. They hate me for this restaurant. I can find 500 faults. Because you've got 1,500 people working here, so that means you have to ensure that every person delivers what he is supposed to deliver all the time. For example, the in-room dining actually might land up walking almost a mile to reach your room, and there are certain places where two people have to lift a trolley to bring it to you. And so there's a lot which goes at the back of the hotel to ensure that there is, you know, a perfect service is delivered.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have 45 arrivals pending for the day.
Those most attuned to the demands of the guests are the hotel's 35 butlers.
Also, another important guest who's coming in. He loves to enjoy his breakfast and he loves to have the toast freshly bought out from the toaster and on his plate. So, the room as per his preference with a toaster, toast holder, everything already preset. So he'll be coming quite late in the night, but evening shift butler, just do a double check of that room because he's a very important guest.
Palace service.
We recently had head of a fairly large country who came and stayed with us, one of the premiers. And the rider for them, him was one of the most toughest that I've ever seen. They don't want a speck of light in the room in the night. and they don't want even 10 decibels of noise coming inside the room.
Thank you.
Come right in.
One of the topmost Hollywood star who visited us, for him, we had to actually convert the entire room into a gym. And he would not eat anywhere in the hotel. So we had to set up a dedicated pantry with all kinds of food which would be served to him from there. Every VIP who comes in has a customized list of things to do. As a hotel, we usually never say no.
Welcome.
Have a great day.
Same to you, and kindly let me know if you require any assistance.
Of course I will.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
I get this room every time I come. Well, I have to entertain a lot. So instead of taking people to a restaurant, it's always so much cozier, nicer to have a little dinner over here because it's almost like calling someone to your home.
Kalyani Chawla is the brand ambassador for Christian Dior in India and a frequent guest of the hotel.
The Taj, with all this attention to detail and you know, it's just, I think, it's just fascinating, and it's just pure luxury, you know, more than anything else. It's just so beautiful. I mean, there was Russell Brand staying in this suite in my bed, but okay. But I'm quite confident that I get better treatment than Russell Brand. Yes, I do.
A suite at the hotel costs between £2,000 and £9,000 a night.
I think this is the best part of the suite. There's, it's actually really romantic, and sorry, it's in a mess, but it's wardrobe. Walk in there, and this beautiful bathroom inside, and when I'm lying down in the bed, I can still see, you know, a little bit out of the windows. This is my domain.
It does feel like a bachelor pad to me.
This is a party pad, yes. I can see complete decadence happening here, but which I've refrained from. I'm here on work, but there's potential.
When Kalyani threw a party to celebrate the launch of a boutique in the hotel, she took over the whole first floor.
We actually transformed the entire section. So we have ripped off the carpets in the grand staircase. We took over the entire sea lounge, which before that nobody could do. And we had imported crockery, cutlery, tablecloths, everything. In spite of all the unreasonable demands, they not just only agreed, but they did such an amazing job. It is definitely the place to be. This is the place to be in terms of prestige, or in terms of, you know, a certain caliber of the kind of hotels that you're expected to stay in. I mean, this is definitely the best. There's no doubt about it. Space is such a luxury in Bombay, especially, because everyone's living in little matchboxes because there is no space. To come to Bombay and live in this space, I think it's beyond just luxury, you know? It's just absolutely fabulous. And you look out and you see the sea because it kind of cuts off everything else below, and you just have this expanse of water and the boats and the sun shining. You know, this is this little mirage in the middle of this city where it's just a concrete jungle almost, you know.
Since the hotel quietly opened its doors to just 17 guests in December 1903, it's been seen as a home away from home for the high society of India.
To begin with, we had very few luxury hotels in the country. I think it was extremely important to be seen, and people understand it as a synonym with luxury and history.
The hotel had few rivals when playing host to the stars, entertaining everyone from Pierre Cardin to Alfred Hitchcock. It was the only place to be for the international elite.
We all extremely attached to it, and as we all call it, the grand old lady, it's not just a hotel, it's an institution.
But even grand old ladies cannot rest on past glories.
But since 2000, when the Indian economy has been booming, the scape of the country is completely changing. All over the country, there are new 5-star hotels which are coming up all the time.
To keep its place on the world stage, the hotel must continue to court institutions who share an equally illustrious past.
This is where everyone comes, this is where everyone meets from around the world. And the Taj, from the very beginning, were art collectors and supporters and sponsors.
Hugo Weir is an international director at Christie's, the world's oldest and largest auction house. They're holding their first ever auction in India consisting solely of Indian art.
We've been working towards this for a long time, so this is a dream come true. Now we're on the ground here in India.
With enough millionaires to fill every room in the hotel, Mumbai is an untapped market for Christie's.
I think this will be a seminal event, and the Taj is really the sort of anchor for it.
For Paveen and his team, an international auction on this scale is unprecedented.
Okay, so Christie's, looking at the prestigious event and the kind of reputation it has all over the world, they've chosen this hotel because of its historic significance, because they find this as just the right background to do the auction. It needs to be really handled with care.
Christie's will take over the hotel's 2 main function rooms for a week in the run-up to the auction.
We're doing all sorts of events around it. We'll have a reception on Monday and a dinner on Tuesday, inviting all the important collectors and inspire new collectors here.
And will they have paintings on both sides,
They will
inside
have
and
paintings.
outside?
They will have paintings all around, and I think they will also have paintings inside.
And just ensure that we don't have anybody walking in there from the hotel who's not supposed to be either. Okay, so just make sure from front and back. I don't want people just trying to have a peek or just trying to walk in. So same goes for you, Indrani. Just make sure your people are very clear who's going to be allowed to clean up. So by any means, I want to restrict as less number of people inside the hall as possible.
Sure.
Okay, I'll call around. Right, thank you. So that's the book. It's going to be in my office if anybody wants to have a look at it. Yeah? So it has some of the best paintings that you guys would have seen.
I want the waiter with the water. I want the waiter with the water for my daughter. I want the waiter with the water for my daughter, 'cause my daughter has an order for some water on a tray.
What are you checking? The toaster. Basically, the guest likes to toast the breads as per his requirements early morning rather than ordering and waiting for the sale. So we have arranged for a toaster which we'll be placing in his room before his arrival from our place. We said the toasts are ready, so that proves that yes, it's working properly. Here we go. It's perfect.
Whether it's extending Gregory Peck's bed or allowing President Obama to book the entire hotel, the staff will do anything to make the hotel a home for their guests.
Acha, listen guys, I personally want you to take care of this gentleman, okay? Like, he was very particular. He cannot speak, okay? And he says, like, have you told the guy that I'm deaf? I said, no. I told him that you are a Bollywood star or Hollywood star. Okay, so there she is, and she's all ready to go. Please ensure that just take good care of them, okay?
For half the staff, The hotel has been their home for over 20 years.
Hello there, good evening.
Satish was 18 when he started as a trainee in the hotel's patisserie.
Hello there, how are you, my friend?
20 years later, he's chief concierge, a role that exists exclusively to make sure guests get anything and everything they desire.
A concierge is Man Friday. He is your magic wand. Maybe a helicopter ride to the hotel. Possible. I can do that. Have somebody play bagpiper at the airport to welcome you. Possible. Whichever car you like, from a sedan to Jaguar to Bentley, Mercedes S-Class with Wi-Fi inside. Possible. Maybe a glass of champagne, bottle of champagne. Possible. I cannot get you pink elephant. I'll try. I'll not disappoint you. Elephant is possible. Great. Thank you. So that's what we do. Yes, we dazzle, we delight. That's how we engage with our guests and build that connect with them. And that's how concierges, they say they are very friendly people. And that's how we enhance that friendship. And it goes into relationship later on. So we have a whole lot of regular guests coming back, and they come and they hug you, and that's important. And that's the satisfaction for me.
Before I got married, we were thinking about getting married, and Pete said, "Oh, if we get married, I'll take you all around the world." And I thought, "Oh, this will be good." So we've kept on doing it as much as we can.
For the last 25 years, Susie and Peter Noble have been shipping their classic car from their home in Essex. Now retired from their business making metal fastenings for jeans, they drive all over India, often starting and ending at the hotel.
I was like a Man Friday for them. You know, liaising all the trip into the whole of India. Just head straight into this corridor, midway through, take the grand staircase to first floor. Have a great evening. He got the car all the way up from England over here so he could travel around the country. And each point that he went to Surat, Gujarat, Udaipur, met some Maharajas over there. He would call me and tell me, like, you know, what to do with the next destination. Ensure that our car is coming, ensure that we have enough parking space for them. And that's what, you know, I would do for them. Probably they are my favorite couple guests ever. I just love them.
It is a little bit British to do it, but our interest is, in a way, the nostalgia and try and capture a fast-changing world. We set off on a journey to China, crossing the Gobi Desert in a Bentley Continental. And we stopped on the desert, and a Rolls-Royce passed us, a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost, driven by a Swiss. And I said to Susie, when we get back home, I'm going to buy a car like that, but I'm going to buy a Lanchester. She'd never heard of that. Most people haven't. The saying used to be, in the 20s, if you wanted a really good car, you bought a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. But if you want something a little bit better, you bought a Lanchester.
Well, somebody said to us today, "Oh, where have you come from?" We said, you know, England. And they said, "Where has this car come from?" We said, "England." So they said, "Oh, good, the British are coming back." So I thought, wish they were.
Basically, it's like being a celebrity. And I hate celebs, but it's like being a celebrity in this car.
Look at those playing on the grass there, playing
Yeah,
horses.
lovely. There's a feeling of sadness. There's also a feeling of guilt, where these lovely children living like that, and frankly, you're living in the Taj. You feel you don't want to go out into the streets. You have to, and you feel wretched, really. It's a saddening process. Now, Sue, I'm going to get to the Taj. I'm going to go down, put the car to bed. If you go to the room, Satish, he'll help you. Thank you, Satish.
In a hotel as old as the Taj, Parveen and executive housekeeper Indrani face a constant battle to keep up appearances.
So just hold on till another 15 days. As of now, just give it a coat of paint, let it dry. We do it on, let's say, first week of Feb. Let's go to 651.
Everywhere from the corridors to the 15-room, 5,000 square foot Tata suite is in need of regular attention.
We've just taken the suite out for maintenance, and we are basically doing, we don't have any major visit happening here for the next couple of days, so we've just decided to do with different kinds of paint finishes, and it usually, it's an old building, so it needs a bit of massaging every few months.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is the state of affair. You know why? So can I rip it off and do the same color as this wall?
Hue of slightly silver.
Alright, I'll show you the sample then.
Yeah, exactly like this. When we started the hotel 110 years back, our founder was very clear. He wanted to make not just any hotel, but he wanted to make the best hotel in the country. You have to continuously keep spending time and money and effort on restoring things in the same manner it was 110 years back, and rather in certain cases you have to do better. And then do a finish which is very similar. So it should not be a bright finish.
Because after doing Scotch Guard, this is the effect.
So do a dull finish. Do a dull finish.
Also,
I think this entire area, we need a fresh painting.
It's a part of us. We can't help it. So everywhere you go, there's some issue, and whenever I catch hold of him, he knows I'm going to only come out with issues which needs to be sorted out.
That's why I run away from her. You'll always find me running away from her. Still, she actually physically comes to my office and drags me.
Because there's so many issues that needs to be sorted out, alternative suggestions, financial implications.
And then you always need financial approvals, and we come up with some. Housekeeping is like my second passion, so I like to spend a lot of time because I'm married to a housekeeper. So
it's like you know the hotel better than most people know their homes.
I think more than that.
She spends more time in the hotel than she spends at home.
My home gets my attention only on Sundays. That's on Sunday it's like no for anything.
And do you do housekeeping at home? No. I mean, do you do the detailing at home about the paint and polish? Or?
I wish I could do that at home, but no time. Seriously, I'm a mother and I'm a daughter-in-law and I'm a wife, so all those takes more precedence. But yes, some little bit of housekeeping comes naturally.
Whether it's persuading people to spend £9,000 a night on a hotel suite or millions on a painting, presentation is everything.
We gear up to the days, and there are all these steps ahead of it. The catalogue is the first major step when we get that into print, and it's received by the collectors around the world. Wow. Now the exhibition is the next major step, because this is where everyone will be able to see it in person for the first time.
With Christie's best chance to woo the Indian art world approaching, Hugo, like Parveen, is a stickler for detail.
We must be perfectionists, and we want to present them in the best possible way. That includes hanging them straight on the wall, having the lighting perfect, the label all at the same height. All of this matters because it's that first impression of a work.
Well done.
Good, well done.
Okay.
It's looking terrific.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yes, because it looks a little bit crowded over there, right, maybe?
Yeah.
Alongside the art, the hotel will be laying on lavish parties for potential buyers.
No, it's a buffet.
Yeah, buffet and people are circulating around. So it's standing. Okay, so you're not doing cutlery, crockery.
No, we're just putting the smaller plates with the small.
But is the food going to have knife? Will the food need a knife?
No.
Sure.
They started dinner at 8:15. They said it's going to be like a movie.
So is it like networking?
Networking.
Champagne, no?
Champagne.
And for this they've called various socializing.
That's okay from here onwards. Yeah. These two fill these two spaces, which is fine.
But it's a bit tight, that's my only concern. But otherwise, this is good.
The centerpiece of the auction is a painting by the Indian Rothko by Studio Gatande. Christie's are hoping it will break the current world record of $3 million and become the most expensive Indian artwork in history.
It's important to be able to present it in a way that everyone can say, wow, it's obvious, it's fantastic, it looks so beautiful, and I could maybe acquire it and I could maybe have it in my house and it'll just, make everything look so wonderful at my house too.
I don't want anybody serving around these paintings. Okay. So stay away. Tell people to be at least 2 to 3 feet away from, at least about 3 to 4 feet away from the main area.
Yeah,
so that you don't even land up in an accident where somebody is just kind of banging into you. I don't want any accidents.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Anand?
Nothing.
We've been living this life for so long now, couldn't do anything else. We're always together, have been ever since we got married, and it will stay like that.
Well, there's nobody else that I could travel with.
Nobody else would travel with you.
No, and that's a good point, Sue. That's a good point.
12 years ago, I had a stroke, complete left side paralysed, and from then onwards, he's done everything for me. He has to cut my food, do my hair, everything. You can't imagine what he's had to do. And nobody else would do that, so he's my rock.
But we thought she was going to be in a wheelchair for life, half paralysed. I mean, everything was dead on the left side. So therefore, these were dark days for us. You can't imagine. And Sue was talking about, well, I can sit on my balcony and look at my garden. And I said, no. We're going up to the Sudan. We're going to go up the Nile. And it really was a big turning point. And Sue has improved every day since. And she still supports me. And she still does her fair share of all the donkey work where it can be done. And that's it. So just, I can say no more, really.
How did you both get through those dark days?
I can't remember. I really can't remember.
No.
Excuse me. Sorry, I can't stand talking about it.
So there you are, and but we turned a corner, was the main thing. And I often said to Sue, anything happened to her, I'd probably come and live here. I'd be quite happy to have 10 good years with the Lanchester and Susie.
Chief concierge Satish, the noble's Man Friday, lives just 10 minutes from the hotel with his wife, mother and son.
Let's do Jai Bappa, come on. Yeah. Oof, oof. Chalo, Jai Bappa. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, very good, very good. Chalo, let's do Jai Bappa, come on. Chalo. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Sharmila also works at the hotel, where they met 15 years ago.
We were selling pastries at Taj, and that's where our eyes met. Vienna lemon cheesecake. Yeah. So Taj gave me a wife and a son and a nice house to live. What more can you ask for? This is my luxury. This is the grand presidential Tata suite. Hope you like it. Yeah? And do namaste to everybody. You must do a good morning namaste. Namaste, yes. So thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to my house. Seeing this monumental building, you know, said, oh wow, this is Taj, huh? It's a very big hotel. I never imagined that, you know, I'll be ever working into this hotel. And, you know, here I am, I'm working for that hotel. And at times I wonder when I look outside, it's probably somebody else out over there is also dreaming to come inside and work. And I have something for him. It's like, your dreams do come true. Now, Taj really makes your dream come true.
For the wealthiest in Mumbai, an exclusive retreat can be found via a private lift in the lobby. The Chambers is one of the most sought-after business clubs in the whole of India. Membership is by invitation only. Consisting of a library, bar, dining and conference rooms, this is where captains of industry and the international elite network and broker deals. Bernhard Steinrucker is president of the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, and he and his wife Ranjana have been members for the last 6 years.
When I came, this was my first home in Mumbai. I had a beautiful suite here on the 6th floor. Luckily, the hotel took good care of me.
It makes you proud, you know, it kind of situates you in a certain time and place which is rare. Having grown up in Bombay, it's our first idea, the word posh. I mean, you know, before you had terms like over-the-top luxury and things, there was posh, and Taj represented that. So it's very associated with growing up in Bombay and something very special. It's iconic in that sense.
Sometimes when I'm having lunch here with guests, you happen to, you know, bump into some of the celebrities of Mumbai, but they are comfortable here because nobody's bothering them. Yeah?
Make sure that the grooming of the boys is up to the mark. Make sure everybody polishes shoes, have at least, and get a lot of, next time when you want people to polish, just an empty brush and a liquid polish. Everybody needs to wash their face, gel their hair. Okay. Well, we have exclusive music even for the members of the Chambers today, and we've got Anushka Shankar, daughter of the famous sitar player Pandit Ravi Shankar, who's going to be here tonight.
You look rested, huh?
I just want to say hello, Praveen. I'm the Deputy General Manager. It's a pleasure having you over. And thank you very much for everything in this suite. We didn't get time to thank you, but great. No, and it's an honor for us having you stay in there.
Thank you. It feels like coming home.
Yeah, great. No, great. Thank you.
The hotel has welcomed some of the world's biggest music icons. It was the first home of jazz in the city, playing host to the likes of Duke Ellington. And when George Harrison took up residence, Anushka's father, sitar legend Ravi Shankar, taught him to play in one of the hotel's suites.
Right now, I'm thinking I will change this one. David Cameron has already replaced Sarkozy, so we want to add Tom Cruise. And where's Anushka's picture? Anushka for sure.
Nikhila is the hotel's Director of Public Relations. It's her job to make sure the hotel capitalizes on its illustrious past.
If you come to Mumbai, actually if you come to India and you come anywhere near the city of Mumbai, this is where you must stay. Anybody who's anybody has wanted to stay here. We try to keep it as current as possible. So the VIPs that we are putting up right now have actually visited us in 2013, most of them. I'm going to be leaving a little space for Tom Cruise later, but it's because I love him. I think it's about sharing the same space with somebody who is world famous and world renowned. So I think it's nice. Sorry. It's fine now. What do you think? Is it too crashed? I think you can actually push even Sir Mick Jagger a little down and then everything won't be so cramped. When my dad was first in Mumbai, he used to be a banker. When he was transferred to Mumbai and I was 6 years old, this was my home. And I remember running around in the corridor, singing loudly. And my mother used to be very, very, you know, she would try to keep me quiet, saying, please, please, you know, we're right in the middle of the lobby. And for me, it was my home. So I thought everybody lived in such lavish, beautiful homes.
We just go and do random checking of the rooms, basically. So what happens is that on a daily basis, we take about 4 to 5 rooms. The rooms are chosen random at the last minute. We spend about an hour, and there'll be about 6 to 8 people which go on the floor.
Put it back.
So you have one guy who will check the air conditioning, there'll be somebody who will check the plumbing, then the housekeeper, so she also has her team of people. There's one helper who helps to strip the room. There'll be one supervisor. Then we get somebody from in-room dining to see the glasses and all that. And Mohit usually comes and checks the room along with us in terms of all the other detailing. Or there are some water stains. There's some kind of staining. So.
Piche wala. Write it on, please.
Because if you need to check a room in 10 minutes, you need that many number of people to just kind of completely strip everything and do that. And you do 4 to 5 rooms a day. Indrani, why are we laminating these?
Because they are getting every day pura stain ho raha hai sir.
No, can't have lamination, please.
Bedside table every
no
day.
lamination. You go for a better quality. If you think staining is an issue, you go for a non-stain finish, but no lamination, please. You tell Nikhila to develop you better quality.
This one as well?
Yeah, no lamination. Yeah?
okay, bye. But after 7, yes, okay? We are supposed to be giving the best to our guests as far as hygiene, cleanliness and maintenance is concerned. And that is why they're coming to us and are not going to any other smaller hotels. Skipping.
But you got to look exactly the way a guest would have seen the room. So you have to get into every corner, rather you have to see better. You know, you'll find dust at certain places, you're going to find small marks on things, so, and that's about getting your people to see, so you've got to see it yourself first. You know, it has to be perfect, so you got to give a guest a zero defect room by all means. And it takes a huge amount of hard work and eye for detail to reach a zero defect room. That's what the team's job is. What do you check? What do you check when you come to the room? When this was introduced, you didn't see that the size is not up to the mark?
They said they were changing it, sir.
No, so it's not a matter of changing. Why didn't you see it? Abbas has said, and after that, it's your responsibility because this is your part of the room, na?
Yes, sir.
So then you're supposed to see it.
With the imminent arrival of the art elite, Nikila has called in the hotel's art consultant to make the most of their collection.
So just take this, but very carefully, huh? Lift it from one side and you lift it up from the other and just hold it there. We just want to see how it looks. You know, the hotel has the most exquisite art, but the guests who are coming, of course, know art, they love art. They may not be able to see these because these pieces are hidden in suites or in lounge. So we thought, let's bring the pieces to them. So we're lining the pathway for their entrance with masterpieces. So they'll have masterpieces inside and outside.
Within the hotel's collection are some of the most important pieces of modern Indian art, including 4 paintings by Gaitonde.
And it's perfect.
In the late 1950s, a group of new modern artists emerged in India, many of whom were supported by the Tata family, who owned the hotel. They found an outlet in the hotel's gallery space.
A lot of these artists actually came and stayed in this hotel and painted. We used to have an art gallery here where a lot of these painters would come and sell their art pieces and the hotel would buy them.
Put it down, hold it from the base. Only from the base, don't hold the top. Don't hold the top.
So we have some of the most beautiful collection of Indian contemporary art.
Be careful, because otherwise you'll hit the wall. Now go up. Up, 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 up.
Many of the artworks being sold at the Christie's auction are by this same group of artists.
So the Gaitonde painting is one of our most important paintings in the entire collection, possibly the most important. So the fact that we've brought it out and putting it here is a huge deal. V.S. Gaitonde is arguably the most famous abstract artist the country has ever produced. They are going to be showing a Gaitonde also inside. Personally, I think ours is way better. But I'm biased.
How much is it worth?
It's priceless. I'm going to see it from the other side to see if it's straight.
If the auction is a success, the value of the works in the hotel will increase substantially.
It looks lovely. It's going really nice. It looks like it was always there. I'm very happy with it. And I just have to get that spotlight down and it's like it was meant to be there.
Good afternoon, I'm Stephen Murphy, Chief Executive of Christie's. Thank you so much for coming. It's actually an auspicious moment today, but we're here announcing this great moment for Christie's on the same day as the 110th anniversary of this great building, this great institution of this hotel that we're part of. So we're very excited to be showcasing all of this wonderful art to all of our clients around the world in the same moment. Thank you.
I think that Indian modern art has been doing well over the last 10, 15 years, but
the market has been overseas. It's been in New York and London, but not in India. And what's nice about this particular auction is that it's almost like they're coming back to India. It's their return. Well, the Taj is the sort of iconic hotel in India, so it is the appropriate place for a high-end art event. And Christie's and the Taj, they're good brands. Two big brands are going to be fighting that for attention.
We have to carry on this event much better than their expectations. So actually not just meet their expectations, rather exceed the expectations. This is a combination of perfection and eye for detail.
And it falls to Parveen's team to make sure that nothing is overlooked.
So basically it's a 7-course sit-down dinner. Chef has crafted the menu which is there.
Now, as of now, they've not told us how they want this printed. But not the paper one. No, that's what I'm saying. I want to use the one we did for the...
No, not the scroll one. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. That other one with the antique look. Those old...
No, it's here only, in fact. It's right here. Yeah, because it has a nice archival look and it goes with the whole, feeling that we're trying to create. You can do either burnt insert or just do regular also. I'm fine. You don't have to go with the burnt insert. No?
Yeah.
So do this outer. So you know the size now that you need to make. It is a big opportunity for us on the international stage. I mean, it's the first time Christie's is coming to India for an auction and they've chosen the Taj. So from that perspective, it's huge. How many lots are there? 80. 80. It's supposed to be in now, so I think we should move to the venue.
To ensure the auction is a success, the team is planning every last detail. Something head of food and beverage, Meher, knows all about.
Can we just have them organized properly and you put little tags?
Certainly, ma'am.
That says exactly which item and what is the past stock you're going to maintain.
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah, because as discussed last time, my biggest concern is that you guys do it once and then after 2 weeks again we have to come and check it. It should not be like that. Have a proper checklist. Also make a checklist here on the wall which clearly says what are the items you will be stocking and what quantities you intend to put. I mean, we keep checking and checking and checking. Each time you check, you find something new. I don't want all this, Why? This is typically happening because again, you're not doing what I had told you last time. That's the only way to reach perfection, is to keep challenging yourself to find something else to correct. So the idea is to be as organized and clean. So at one shot, a butler comes running, he sees it and says, okay, my coasters, my this. Ideally, you should be able to just see it and do it, but then still, a tag would be beneficial and you should write down the exact quantity. Yeah, that is the endeavor. We're constantly fine-tuning till you reach that level of perfection or till the guest arrives. You need to keep coming. It's not like we do it once and we don't, go back to check it. Yeah, and you guys are here every day, so I expect that you will check all this every day. Your new cupboard has come, huh? Engagement tools cupboard. Okay, good. I think, per se, that's it for now.
With a few days to go before the auction itself, the seduction of Mumbai's elite is well underway.
This event was actually supposed to be 400 to 450. It's now become, I think, a little more than that. But we've got the who's who of the city, you have the pretty much a good mix of socialite and industrial. So it's been going smooth so far. So which painting are we heading for, huh?
Oh, all of them.
All of them, my God. Too many zeros, no?
Yeah.
But zero has no value.
I love that. I love the use of colors. It's happy painting. It'll really work well in my home. 162 to 243,000 US dollar. So I'm worried about what that might end at the auction.
So
yeah.
I have a couple of head waiters and 1 or 2 managers who are only looking out for the VVIP people. And when I say VVIP, it's not to say that the others aren't important, but it's more to say that, you know, we're looking out for the people who are used to us normally really pampering them.
You've got certain spots which are the one where you go and you know you're going to meet half of the world. You are showing that you have the power to buy something. You were there. It's a prestige.
This place, the Taj, you can meet, I don't know, everybody in the world is going through. So I've met a lot of people there. We had Madonna, who came, Gerald Butler, Salman Rushdie. Every people in the world who is known wants to go in the Taj, nowhere else. I will not be there if it was not the best. Here in Mumbai, one big difference from all other the places in India is money is more important than anything else. What you see in the Taj are only rich women, but you don't know from where they come. They don't look at your caste. Money is money, and that's a very big thing in Mumbai.
At these levels, when you're talking about sort of $1 million pictures, it's, you know, there's only a handful of any buyers at any given time. So yes, I think we will see lots of diamonds and emeralds. I think that what we'll see tonight is, because, you know, it's a live sale, and it's a chance for people to show off a little bit, and also especially when you're bidding in the room and you can see the actual bidders, people do lose their inhibitions, perhaps, you know, and they kind of do lock horns, and so these battles do emerge. And I imagine that within the Mumbai, you know, social network, there's going to be quite a lot of that.
You look amazing.
And
you have your card.
Yeah. I've got. Buonasera.
Welcome to all of you. Welcome to all of you, whether you're on Christie's Live or here at the Taj Mahal. Lot number 1 of a historic Christie's sale in Mumbai. We start this at 7 lakhs, 7 lakhs 50, 8 lakhs there. Gentlemen flying in from England to 9 lakhs in bid.
You can tell when someone's about to bid. They start shuffling their feet or they go quiet.
Lot number 1, sold!
If, you know, one of the billionaires starts bidding and he's bidding in the room, I don't think they'll let it go. Of course, you know, there's that element of, well, pride, I suppose.
Sir, it's yours.
Thank you, sir. Lot number 63, Cavalot Vasudeo Gaitonde from 1979. I can start this here at 3.5 crore.
After a week where Christie's and the Taj have been courting the Mumbai art scene, the success of the event will largely be judged on whether one lot breaks a world record.
At 8.5. Going on?
Currently, that stands at $3 million.
9 is here now at 9, 9.5, at 9.5, 10, Damien's in at 10 crores is here now at 10, ahead of 11 crores. 12 I have. 14, Sandhya you're in, new bidder at 14. Sandhya's bid, holding with Sandhya. 15 I have. Coming in. 15 is here. 500 if you like.
Take 15.5.
Yes, I will. Thank you. 16. Back to DK now at 16 crore. Small step for you, big step for Gaitonde. 16.5. Well done. That's it. 17 crore. That's 17. Small step, 17 and a half. 18 DK. So now, sure? You've said that before. 18 is with DK. At 18. Point 5. $18.5. 19 crores. This close now. So now you've come this close. We're this close now. 19 crores. 19.5. 19.5. One more deep breath. 20 crores. Well done. Take 20.5. At 20.5. Sure, DK? Final call. Thank you. And Sonal, you have it at 20.5 crore. Sold. 812. Well done. Thank you both.
This is everybody's Taj. Everybody has a kind of fond memory which is connected to the hotel. People have, kind of lived here. People have grown here, got married here. So it's a hotel which lives in the memories of people.